everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're learning English and want to sound more fluent, natural, and confident in everyday conversations, then trust me, this video is definitely for you. Today, we are diving into one of the most important grammar rules in English, that is subject-verb agreement. So, what is the rule here? So, again, it's a key part of speaking and writing correctly, and mastering it will instantly make you sound like a more polished and professional English speaker. So whether you're preparing for an examination, practicing your conversational skills, or just want to level up your grammar game, do stick around. We'll be discussing a lot of topics today. Now, before proceeding, let me introduce myself. My name is Namita Jaiswal. I am an international educator, certified trainer, and language and finance specialist with over 10 years of working experience. I have had the privilege of teaching more than 35,000 students till now from diverse backgrounds. Now, I specialize in helping learners succeed in standardized tests like SAT, PSAT, ACT, pre-ACT, IGCSE, IB curriculums, IELTS, PTE, and many more from the basic to the advanced level. I hold certification in TESOL, soft skills, and in instructional designing. Not only this, I'm also a company secretary with a master's in finance. So, as an academic head, at Wisdom Point, my mission is to empower learners worldwide through impactful, engaging, and practical education. Now, today we are here and we'll be discussing all about subject and verb. That is what we are going to start with. If you have a singular subject, okay, when a sentence is given, and in a sentence, if you have a singular subject, you need to have a singular verb. Okay, let me give you an example for that. Okay, so the dog barks loudly. Here, dog is my singular. I'm talking about one dog. Barks. So when you add S in a word, it becomes singular. Okay. And when the word, it does not have a S in it, it's a plural word. So that is a difference. Now, if you have a plural subject, you will have a plural verb as well. Now here, the dogs bark loudly. Now just check out the difference. Here, dog. I'm talking about one dog. Here, I'm talking about more than one dogs. So if you have S in it, it is going to be singular subject. And if you have S in your noun, that means it is a plural subject. So when you add S in a noun, it becomes plural. But when you add S in a verb, it becomes singular. So it's an opposite theory. I hope you understood that. Okay. Now another example. She writes every day. What she does? She writes every day. She, I'm talking about a girl, writes. So I have S in it, right? Now, if I'm talking about more than one person, I'll use they. When I'm using they, there is no S in the word. That is something which you have to understand. If you're adding S in a word, it becomes singular. If no S, that is a plural one. Now, let's move on. Now, so to master the art of subject-verb agreement, it is important to learn few rules. There are 7 rules which I'll be teaching you, and it will help you out to solve exercises very easily. You can use them in your sentences, and you can very well understand what is going to be there in a sentence. Okay, identifying subject becomes very easy. Now, rule number 1 is eliminate prepositional phrases. What do you mean by this? So when a sentence is given to you, you have to eliminate the prepositional phrases, right? You can see in a given sentence, this is my given sentence. One of the girls from the school is missing, right? This is my sentence. Now, here, if I'll ask someone, okay, what is the subject here? A lot of students has told me before that, ma'am, it's girls. But guys, it says one of the girls. So what you can do here is, even if you don't know where to use, what to use, you can use this technique, that is prepositional phrases. You can eliminate of the girls, okay, from the school. And it becomes very easy to identify the subject. Now, what is my subject here in the given sentence? One. Okay, one is singular, and that's the reason is singular verb here used. Got it? Now, how to identify prepositional phrases? These prepositional phrases, they start with prepositions. Okay, like on, in, by, from, with, to, along, across, from, behind, beside, of. All these are my prepositions. Any sentence, if you have in any given sentence, if something is starting with preposition, you can just eliminate the prepositional phrase from there. Now, how to apply this rule? Just mentally cross out prepositional phrases, okay, to find the true subject, then match your verb accordingly, like we did in the given question. Okay. Now, the first rule, I believe it's quite clear. Now, let's move on to the next one. Next rule is simpler than this, and it's very interesting. Now, rule 2 and 3, interrupting phrases and compound subjects. So, what do you mean by this? Interrupting phrases like as well as, together with, in addition to, don't affect subject-verb agreement. Let me give you an example for this. Okay. Rohit as well as his friends. Now, as well as is my interrupting phrase. It is giving me additional information. Even if the sentence, if phrase is not there in a given sentence, okay. So again, it will not make much difference, right? So one more trick, which I'm going to give it to you, is that if you have something in between two commas, that means it is giving you an extra information which is not required, additional information. Even if the sentence, if this phrase is not there in a given sentence, okay, it makes sense, right? Rohit is meeting me tonight. It makes sense, isn't it? But if you have this, that is going to create problem as well as friends. So students might feel that the subject is plural because Rohit plus his friends. But this way, you'll definitely get the right subject if you're using this technique. Okay, that is interrupting phrase. You can remove that. Anything between two comma, eliminate that mentally. Now, the next one here is compound subject. Two or more nouns joined by and form a compound subject, which takes a plural word. Okay, for example, there are a man and a boy in the park. Okay, noun and noun. Okay, it means compound subject. Here, what is your subject? Your subject here is a man and a boy. Is it singular or plural? So I have a noun here. I have a noun here joined together with and. So this is my compound subject, and compound subjects are always plural. That is the reason I am using are here and not is. Are you getting the trick? Now let's move on to the next one. Inverted sentences. When the subject follows the verb, be careful to identify the true subject. So most of the time, okay, subject is before the verb. But in some cases, you might have a word before your subject, like in the previous example only. Okay, if I have to give you another example, okay, now this is a given example. Can you identify the subject here? Mm-hmm. Okay. No. Uh, so if canal is coming in your mind, so that's a wrong one. The correct subject is park, lakes, and trails. Okay. Along the canal, it's a prepositional phrase, so you can eliminate the same. So what is left? Extend, park, lakes, and trails. Now, park, lakes, and trails, it is again giving you a list. Okay. And that's the reason we'll be using extend and not extends. Okay. I hope you remember. If you have plural subject, okay, so your verb will be plural with no S. I hope you're getting this. Now let's move on to the next one. Now, collective noun. This is very interesting. Let me tell you one thing, okay? Now, a lot of students, they find difficulty in identifying the subject. Is it singular or plural? Because of the collective noun. Now, what is collective noun? Collective nouns refers to a group considered as a single entity. Okay? For example, family. Now, if I'm talking about my family, okay? Now, my family, if I'm talking about that, so one family with lot of family members in it, 5 members, 4 members, 6 members, whatever it is. So I'm talking about one family, one single entity, okay, and with lot of members. So this is called as collective noun. Okay, now they typically take a singular verb. So collective nouns are always singular, undoubtedly. Okay, let me give you an example. Okay, so you have to identify the subject here. A bouquet of flowers was delivered. So what is your subject? Is it a bouquet or a flowers? So here, okay, I'm talking about one bouquet, okay, which has lot of flowers in it. So I'm talking about one bouquet. So bouquet is my subject and this is singular. This is called as collective noun. Okay, I hope you're getting this. Now, there are other examples as well. So if I can say a crew of sailors, a class of students, okay, I'm talking about class 10 or a grade 10, okay, a crew of sailors, a class of students, okay, I can say a pack of wolves. This is my collective noun as well, okay, a school of fish. This is my collective noun as well. Okay, apart from this, I can say a collection of stamps, a pile of clothes. We do have a pile of clothes, right? It's always there. So I'm talking about one pile of clothes. Okay, a collection of stamps. This is also singular. This is also my collective noun. I hope you're getting this, right? Now, let me give you another example for this. Council of Ministers has decided to join our party. Okay, now why has? Is it correctly used here? Has is correctly used here, or you think that shall we use have here? So you're absolutely right. So here my subject is council, which is collective noun. Okay, and I'm talking about collective noun, that is a council of ministers. One council, lot of ministers in it. Okay, it can be 5, 6, 7, 8, so whatever be the number. Okay, so this is all about collective nouns. If you need the list of the collective nouns, please mention the same in the comment section below and I'll share the complete list for the same. Moving ahead with tricky singular subject. This is tricky, okay? So if you have each, every, either, neither, anyone, someone, no one in your sentence, that means it's a tricky singular, okay? Now, tricky singulars are always singular. So please remember the same. Let me give you an example. Each of the boys in the class was present today. Okay. Now you might think like, what is the subject here, right? Is it boys? You feel that it is a voice. Now here, please remember the first rule. You have to eliminate the prepositional phrase. So what is my prepositional phrase here? Of the boys, in the class, it's gone. Now what is left? Each. If you go by that rule, then also you're getting the same thing. Each. If you go by tricky singulars, it is singular. Even if you don't go, okay, it's talking about each. Each means what? One, every, okay. So again, this is singular. So that's the reason I'm using was here. Okay, each is singular, so we use was, not were. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Now let's move on to the last rule here. That is our gerund. This is very interesting. So a lot of students, they actually don't know, they're not aware of what is gerund. Okay, gerund is a verb form ending in ing that functions as a, I'm so sorry, that functions as a noun in a sentence. Since gerunds represent a single activity or concept, they are always treated as singular subject. So what is gerund? It looks like a verb. It has ing, but it works like a noun. So you will understand that in a given sentence, a noun is there or a verb is there. So you have to read a sentence and see that the word is working as a noun or a verb. Okay, if it is working as a noun, okay, and it has ing, it looks like a word. It is definitely a gerund. Now, let me give you an example. Okay, swimming is my favorite activity. Here, swimming is a gerund. This is functioning as a subject, so it takes the singular verb. Always remember one thing, gerund is always treated as singular. So it is going to take your singular verb. Okay. Now, moving ahead with the next thing. Now, this is all about how you're going to get the hold of it. Now, if you want to, okay, practice solving exercises, if you're sitting for examination, this is a 5-step process for perfect subject verb agreement. Now, what you're going to do is read the entire sentence properly. Okay. Now, after reading the sentence, you go ahead with rule number 1. That is, eliminate the prepositional phrase. Number 1. Next is eliminate the interrupting phrase. If something is given between 2 commas, eliminate that. Now you have to identify the subject. See that the subject is singular or plural. If it is singular, it will take the singular word. If it is plural, it will take the plural word. So subject and verb will always match in numbers. So match the word to the subject. Ensure they agree in number for clear, effective communication. Right? So again, this is all about our subject verb agreement. This is how you need to get the hold of it. Now, thank you so much. And that's a wrap on today's lesson. I hope this helped you understand subject verb agreement a little better and feel more confident using it in your daily English. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more lessons, and hit the bell so you never miss an update. Have a question or want more examples? Drop a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Until next time, keep practicing, keep shining. Bye for now.